Today, we are going to go over all of the Robert Greene books I've read, what they're good for, and why you should read them based off of the overall purpose of the book. And to begin, we'll begin with Mastery just because it was on top. But this is a book that you should read if you don't want to follow a conventional path. If you want to find out how great people in history have really just separated themselves from the pack, and it has a few really interesting ideas. I think the most interesting is probably the 10,000 hour rule. Once you hit 10,000 hours, once you put in 10,000 hours into some passion, into some purpose, you can basically do anything you want. You've achieved mastery. You've achieved the point where people will pay you for your skills. And yeah, overall, just a really good book. If you're looking to kind of strike out on your own, if you're kind of looking to follow an unconventional path, maybe you're creative, maybe you want to become a YouTuber, maybe you want to become an athlete, like it really has the information you need to go about mastering a skill, finding a mentor, stepping out on your own, and then experimenting and achieving mastery. That's really just the 5 basic steps. But anyway, on to the next book. Next one is The 48 Laws of Power. Now, this is the classic. This is Robert Greene's most famous work, obviously for good reason, because it was his first book. It sold the most. It had the biggest cultural impact. But again, what can we learn from this book? Because it's not so much about reading a popular book. It's about applying things that we learn, using them to improve our lives, and using them to change our lives for the better. And this book gets a really bad rap. It's quote unquote evil. It's quote unquote manipulative. But the truth is, like, this book isn't going to make you a master manipulator. But what it will do is allow you to not be manipulated. Teach you the ways and the tactics people are going to go about manipulating you, and teach you the ways to kind of avoid them. And I mean, it's the classic Robert Greene style of giving you an example from history, giving you how a historical figure either fell victim or, overcame some challenge, and really just giving you overall perspective and guidance to go about applying these things to your lives. And this is why I love this book so much. If you're going to pick up one book by him, it probably would be this one, just because you're going to get the most all-encompassing of it. His other books focus more so on different ideas, more refined tactics, more refined aspects of human life, but 48 Laws of Power kind of encompasses it all. So for that reason, maybe that's the first one you want to start out with. On to the next one, The Art of Seduction. And this is not a book that's going to teach you how to pick up girls, but it's going to teach you about the finer side of things, the push and pull when it comes to relationships, the push and pull when it comes to dealing with other people. And it really will teach you the softer skills, how to deal with people in a non-confrontational manner, how to win people over to your side, how to make people infatuated with you, and really keep them on the hook, really keep them playing the game. Because, I mean, if you think about it, seduction's a game. Like it's not really a good thing to say. Like, don't go on dates and be like, well, I'm gaming you right now. But like, truly it is. Like, truly we have to paint a picture with words. Truly we have to paint a narrative with words. And it really does have a lot of good principles, and it takes examples from literature, it takes examples from history, it really analyzes these things in a perspective, and it has a very good idea that we have to constantly seduce our partners. We have to constantly re-seduce them, because think of why do relationships go bad? Why do relationships go bad? And it's because of the comfort. It's because at a certain point you know so much about the other person, but it's all about keeping this air of mystery, all about keeping a little bit of anxiety that this person can up and leave, that this person isn't relying on you. And it's the push and pull, it's the give and take, and it's the art of seduction, which makes relationships fun, which make love fun. And it's more so about, I wouldn't say manipulation, but it's about just saying less with more, about being more tact with how you speak, about understanding these invisible games that are already going on, and using them to your benefit instead of your detriment. So yeah, that's why I love this book. It's a great one that you should pick up after you read these other ones. I think it's not something that's going to be super useful to you if you're first learning psychology, if you're first learning more strategy, more tactics, more on how to deal with people. I think it's a skill that you're going to just develop over time, and that's why I say read this book later. But yeah, on to the next book, which is The Laws of Human Nature. This is my favorite Robert Greene book, and the reason for this being my favorite is it talks about psychology, but it talks about it from the aspect of dealing with yourself and dealing with others. And if you can master these two things, you can master your world. You can master your reality. And the truth is, I think this might be one of the best books that you should read if you are really interested in psychology, because it's going to expose you to so many ideas, and it's going to expose you to the idea of perspective, the idea that everyone has their own unique lens, and the lens that you see the world determines everything. So, cut people some slack and also cut yourself some slack, and a ton of great ideas in it. And this is something I think if you're going to read one book that's going to impact you the most by Robert Greene, it's probably going to be this one. But if you plan on reading all of them, obviously I said earlier, start with 48 Laws of Power, but this one's going to have the most impact on you, and this one's going to change your perspective the most. And for that reason, it will forever be one of my favorite books. And yeah, this is obviously a must read. But yeah, on to the last book we're going to talk about today. The last book we're going to talk about today is The 33 Strategies of War. This is the book that I've been going through recently on the channel. Very, very good book so far. Haven't finished it yet, but I promise you that, when I do, I'll give you an updated perspective on it. But overall, I think it's interesting because we all don't like to face the reality that there's some conflict in life. There's some miscommunications in life. There's going to be a time and place where you have to, get over a disagreement by a uncomfortable means. And that's what this book is here to do. This book is here to arm you with the tactics and the strategy of the greatest military geniuses, the greatest athletes, the greatest politicians, and just understand how to deal with these things more, beneficially, more, less destructively. Because most people, when they deal with conflict, they do it in a manner that burns bridges. They do it in a manner that doesn't allow them to recover from it. And these are things we don't understand, and these are things that we need to really come to grasp with. But again, all of these books are tremendous. All of these books are going to give you a different perspective, and I really just urge you to pick up all of these books, and hopefully I inspired you to pick up whatever book you are most interested in based off of your current needs, based off what you're currently trying to learn. But again, here's the list of all the books. I will link every single one of these books in the description. If you want more information on any of these books, I've done videos on all of them. And feel free to comment, feel free to ask me questions down below. And yeah, if you want more from me, go ahead and join my school. It's completely free right now. Got a bunch of courses in there, got a bunch of good stuff in there. It's eventually going to be paid, so get in there before I change that, because if you get it now, you're never going to have to pay a cent to me. But if you get in there later, you might miss out on an opportunity of a lifetime. So love all you guys. If you want updates on when I'm posting videos, when I'm posting, or when I'm streaming, when I'm doing other things, books I'm reading, all that other stuff, join my Discord. That's a great place to come hang out. And yeah, love all you guys. Thanks for all the support. It's been tremendous. And yeah, can't wait to see you in the next video. Peace out.